Right to Information Act.
From yours useful, needful.
What is RTI Act?
RTI Act is a central legislation. This grants access to information held by public authority. This flows from two fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. One is Article 19, another one is 21. Article 19 is for freedom of speech and expression, whereas Article 21 is about right to life and liberty. This enacted in 15th June 2005 and enforced in 12th October 2005.
State objectives of RTI Act.
The main aim of RTI is to bring transparency and accountability in the working of every public authority. The right of any citizen of India to request access to information and the corresponding duty of government to meet the request. The duty of government is to proactively make available key information to all so that the government has to keep all the information readily to make it possible for easy convenience. A responsibility on all sections. This is a responsibility on all sections, citizenry and NGOs and including media.
Status of RTI laws in the world.
In all over the world, those who are which are colored in green color are already enforced this act, whereas the yellow colored things are pending effort to enact law, whereas the white colored things are there. These are no operation of law, no operation of RTI Act. So here we can see, whereas in this all area the RTI is fully enforced, and whereas including Pakistan and some other China and all, this is not at all operative.
What is information?
Now we are telling about RTI, whereas right to information. Now we will know what is that information. Information means any material in any form, that is records, documents, memos, emails, opinions, advices, press releases, circulars, orders, logbooks, contracts, reports, papers, samples, models, data material in any electronic form. Information relating to any private body which can be accessible by a public authority. So public authority, those government organizations and all are there, no? Those are having so many records like the logbooks and contracts, their public purchase orders, so many reports they are having. Those may be in electronic form or maybe in normal paper model. So in RTI, this information can be obtained by the person who is requesting that.
What is a record?
In this, what is that record? Record includes documents and microfilm and microfiche and fax. Documents we know that, and files we know. Microfilm in olden days, now also in some places it is using, in which the data can be stored in small films. Whereas microfiche, it's a card which contains films in which the data can be stored to store for more number of years. So any reproduction of film or images embodied in such a film are also comes under as a record. Any other material produced by a computer or other electronic device, there is no exception to record. So all this comes under a record.
Right to information means the right to.
Now we are telling about we are already discussed about information. Now what is that right? So the right is to inspect works, documents, records, and take notes, extracts, certified copies of documents and records. Take certified samples of material. Access information in the following forms like printouts, diskettes, floppies, tapes, video cassettes, and other electronic media. In which we are discussing about a right. The right is not only to get information, it includes inspecting the works and documents, which means the person can go and visit the works and take notes. He can write down whatever he is getting the information from the higher authority, and he can extract, and he can obtain certificate copies, but for that he has to pay a certain amount and take certificate samples of materials. So that information we will see here.
Who can you demand information from?
So now we are talking about information and right. Now who can you demand? Can you demand directly to whom? So that we will know here. That is means public authority. Any institution, authority, body of self-government established or constituted by or under the constitution, by any law made by parliament, by any law made by state legislature, or the NGO substantially financed by government, which means all these government organizations including state and central governments autonomous bodies comes under this public authorities. So which means you can get information from these any one of these.
PIOs. Who are they and what are their obligations?
So public information officers. These PIOs are designated in every public authority. Now we have seen so many public authorities in which one PIO will be there to provide information to the applicant who are applying. So what is the duty of the PIO? The central PIO and state PIOs will be there. And the duties: respond to information requests. The request is coming from the person who is requesting. The PIO has to react first and respond and give the information as requested by the applicant, and give all reasonable assistance, including making application in written format. Even the PIO has to help the applicant in applying in written format. The online form anyway he can apply through online. For written format, if you need any assistance, the PIO is responsible for that. If requested information is with another PA, the PIO will transfer the application within 5 days and inform the applicant immediately. For example, a person is applying to one authority, public authority, but that information is not belongs to that public authority. Then the public authority to which the person requested is responsible to transfer that request to the another public authority to which it belongs to. That too within 5 days, and the same has to update in that system, so that the person who is applying can see that same thing in the status of that request.
Duties of PIO.
The PIO duties: respond to a application within 30 days. How he can respond? Provide information on payment of fee. As we discussed earlier, there may be some fees for giving this data. So provide information on payment of that fee and reject the application with reasons. For example, if anything is to be rejected because of security reasons or some other reasons, so he has to mention the reason for which the application is rejected. And if information concerns life or liberty of applicant, which means that the information which is asking by the applicant is very crucial to the applicant, which may be related to his life or his liberty, which means his freedom or his life. So those cases the PIO has to respond within 48 hours. So if the PIO fails to do any of the above within 30 days, he shall be considered to have refused the request.
When information is rejected.
So the PIO will have to communicate to the applicant the reasons for the rejection. As we mentioned earlier, if he is rejecting anything, he has to mention the reason. The period within which the appeal against such rejection may be preferred. The appellant authority is another person, the higher authority, so he has to mention the period within which he can appeal to the higher authority.
Penalty.
The CIC or SIC shall impose a penalty of 250 rupees per day. The Central Information Commission or State Information Commission has to impose penalty for this rejecting the applications. Total amount will not exceed 25,000. Per one day 250 rupees, however, the total should not exceed 25,000. When it will be? When not furnishing the information within 30 days or misleading the applicant, which means the application is regarding something and you're giving some other information which is not related to that, and providing wrong information. When the application is asking applicant is asking some information, you are mentioning that fully the wrong information, then you are eligible for this. You have to bear this penalty. And not computerizing data and uploading on website. When the person is requesting online, you have to maintain the data in computer wise, and you have to upload the data to the person.
How do you request for information?
Keep the questions short and specific. The applicant has to keep the questions very short and specific. He has to ask directly. A duty of PIO to ensure that the application reaches to the correct PA. As we already discussed earlier, the public information officer is receiving one application which does not belong to him, he has to send to the authority to which it belongs, and no need to give reasons for making the application. There is no need to give reason, so that the PIO of PA cannot reject any application with a reason that there is no reason by the applicant for which he is applying. So whatever may be the reason, he can ask anything. That is the final thing about this. And no prescribed application format. There is no format for this. Some PAs have their own form but cannot enforce compliance. Some organization may have their own format of RTA, but it's not mandatory. Even he can write on a piece of paper and apply. Even in online also he can apply.
Fee that you have to pay.
If you want to get some information, you have to pay some amount. That is rupees 10 rupees have to be deposited along with the application form, and 2 rupees has to be paid for every page of information sought. So if you are requesting some data which is in papers, so that data has to be given to you. For that, 2 rupees has to be charged for each page. Actual cost price for any samples or models. If you are asking any reports, if the cost is very high, the same amount has to be paid by you. For inspection of records, no charge for the first hour. If you directly want to inspect any of the documents, for 1 hour you don't need to pay anything. However, but a charge of 5 rupees for every 15 minutes thereafter. After 1 hour, for each 15 minutes you have to pay 5 rupees for inspecting the records. Actual cost price for paper larger than A3 page. If the size of the paper is below A3 or below F3 or A4, then no need to pay anything. However, if the cost is more than A3 size, if the paper size is more than A3, then you have to pay the actual cost. And 50 rupees for information provided on a disk. Though RTI can be used by people in several ways, like development works, rations, etc., but the people uses RTI wherein they have to pay bribes to get their legitimate work done in any government department, either due to expectation of bribe or due to simple laziness of the concerned officials. Here they are asking that why you are using RTI. So if the concerned official is lazy and not giving the data you requested, then you can make a request in the form of Right to Information Act, so that he cannot deny that, because the act is very serious about that.
You need not to pay bribes anymore in this country. Now you have an effective alternative. Right to information. Use RTI often. It works faster than bribes.
Bibliography. The following references are taken for making this presentation.
Thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe.
From viewers, useful, needful.